So yeah, next season they'll obviously start off week one going against the Seattle Seahawks. This will be their basically season opener. I mean, you've got Locke over there. I'm not sure what's going on with Gino. We'll have to figure that out. But for the most part, I mean, this could be a game where you kind of have a chance to show up, but then also it's gonna, be your defense having to ball out against that great group of an offense. And Seahawks defense, if you're not playing a top-notch game, they can eat you alive. So starting off week one, I would I would like to see him have a decent game here, but this could be a blowout. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Next, you're going up against, the Steelers. And once again, this is a strong defense that, please don't put Zach out there against the Steelers. Stidham's not going to stand a chance, so I'm assuming you're expecting Bo Nix to go out there against this veteran defense and potentially do something, and we could be surprised. This could be one of those situations where it does benefit them because of the situation with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields and them battling it out to choose who's going to be the best there. So, I mean, it could work in their favor, but once again, this is going to be a situation to where we don't know who's going to do what. After that, it's going to be Tampa Bay. I don't think the Broncos are going to beat Tampa Bay. I think Baker Mayfield's on a mission to prove himself. He's still got a great team and a good defense, so I'm going to take Tampa Bay there. The Jets, right? Aaron Rodgers coming back. I mean, I don't think we're going to see Zach Wilson at all, but it would be kind of funny if we did see Zach Wilson going up against Aaron Rodgers. It would be a complete massacre, but it would be absolutely hilarious to see. But just right off the bat, because of the defense, I'd have to take the Jets there. The Raiders as well. I mean, this is really bad. I mean, it's not looking good for Denver. The Raiders, strong defense as well. You've got Minshew, you've got O'Connell, Adams. There's a lot going on with these Raiders, and I don't really think they stand a chance there either. You may have some opportunities with, the Chargers is because you've got Herbert who's lost, a couple of his significant pieces. So the chemistry is going to change. But once again, these defenses have already built up the chemistry. They've already built up the reputation for, not allowing you to put up a lot of points unless you have some superstars on your team that's going to go out there and get the job done. And unfortunately, the Broncos just don't have that at quarterback right now. Then you get into the Saints. I think this could be a game where the Broncos could, they could show us something. Derek Carr, I think he's lost a step, and unfortunately the Saints just ain't that team anymore. So, yeah, I think they got a good chance of getting some burn there. Next as well for the Panthers. I think that's another one where, this team would have a decent opportunity as far as showing some burn. Going up against, Bryce Young and company. Bryce Young having his own issues and that Panthers team having their own problems with chemistry. So, yeah, this could be an opportunity. King Early says desperate times. It's tough. It's tough. Then you got, I don't even think I need to say it. You got Baltimore. You got Kansas City. Atlanta, that's, Kirk and company. Then you're back to the Raiders again. And then you've got the Browns on a Monday night. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And it would take an absolute miracle for this team to figure something out against anybody past week 9 through their bye. Now, obviously after that, it's going to be the Colts. Then you get back into the Chargers, the Bengals, and then Kansas City again. This is nasty work. It's bad. And, I think at this point, if Bo Nix doesn't come out as being this absolute gunslinger who can play automatically in his first year at an NFL level and adjust to that speed almost immediately, it's going to be rough. And you're hoping that your defense can obviously keep things close to give this team a chance. Listen, I don't think Denver's going to lose every game, but I do think that it's going to be very rough. It's going to be very rough for them to create something and get something going against teams that are already established, teams that have a strong defense. And that's just the reality of it. Let me hop into this chat with you guys. Cav says the Broncos are pitiful. It's tough. Shout out to King Early. What up, yo? What's going on with you? Joe Black says, man, that team looks bad. It's crazy. This is probably the worst we've seen the Broncos. And the Broncos, for the most part, has had a team that could do something. This is looking really bad. Really bad. James says, did I click on the wrong stream since when is Jay talking about the Broncos? Come on now. We cover every team over here. Shout out to you, James. Desperate times. That's for sure. Jay, do you think Denver defense will be decent? Yeah, I think the defense will be, they'll try to keep things close, but these guys are going to get tired. Who knows how the injuries are going to affect them, because that could turn into a thing if they're overworked and, they're spending all their time out there in that field. That could be that could be huge trouble for this team. And I think that's the biggest problem when we look at what's going on with the Broncos. Sean Payton has his handful, man. He really does. I mean, we expect, Franklin Myers to go out there, Levi Wallace, Pat Surtain, we expect these guys to definitely step up, but the offense is going to have to put up points. I don't care who's on the Broncos defense. The offense is going to have to put up points, and that's the only way you're going to compete in this league now, right? This is a offense-based league. And if you're not putting up something to not only, match the pace, but to just keep things close, you're not going to have a chance. And that's going to be one of the big things that we most likely see with the Broncos coming into this season, is other teams are going to run up the score real fast. And then you're going to be sitting there like, what the hell is going on? Because the Broncos team can't catch up. And that's going to be the reality of it. It is really unfortunate. It really is. Jacob says, please put Zach Wilson in. Denver Broncos disappeared after Peyton Manning. That is a fact. That's a fact. It's been wild. Broncos will be battling for the first pick in the draft, but let Bo learn on the job. Kids can do it. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not completely writing Bo Nix off, but I think it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be an adjustment. And you're expecting this offensive line to give this rookie the best opportunity possible to go out there and potentially win some games. And I think they know what's coming. I think they understand it, right? It's very difficult for someone like Bo Nix to come into this kind of franchise and just change things around automatically.